Did you miss us, fuckers?
We're back.
We're back in a big way. We're back in the stew.
What a way to reintroduce yourself.
I come back with a bang, folks.
Aggressive.
I come back
Episode
with a bang.
56. Tons of 56s.
It's Lawrence Taylor, I think, right? Cocaine, sacks.
It's the unofficial LT episode.
I believe he was number 56.
I think you're right. Loved cocaine. Loved tackling quarterbacks.
Maybe not.
We'll shelve that one.
Oh, no, 50. Lawrence Taylor. It was. Okay.
It was? Okay.
I'm not crazy.
Unshelved it. The LT episode. That's fun. Greatest defensive player ever?
Depoy, AT. Defensive player of the year all time. Didn't think that one out before I said it, but he's...
Probably just defensive player of...
The dote. The dote. The Godot. He's the Godot. We're back, folks.
Moving on.
What a pod. This is what you missed.
We've got a lot of shit to talk about.
This.
You want to talk about the playoffs? Playoffs?
Yes. Okay.
We're so back.
There's one big story that has to get talked about.
Okay.
Clay Aiken's running for Congress.
American Idols? Clay
Yep.
Aiken? Did
the
he
one in
got
the
second?
He lost to Ruben Studdard.
Ran into a buzzsaw.
Yeah. What can you do?
What can you do?
You got any takes? You think?
No. What do you mean?
What kind of policy you think Clay's going to be about? Yeah, I saw that on Twitter. I was like, okay.
I saw that too, actually. I was just kind of stunned and scrolled on. I was like, sure, of course he is.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he be?
Hey, tip of the cap. Come on the pod, do a little canvassing, a little boots on the ground marketing.
Clay, to be fair, though, we need to provide your opponent same time. So be efficient with your time. Mm-hmm. We need to be fair.
Ruben Studdard should run against him.
We need to give Ruben the same amount of time, so be efficient. Get in, get out, get your message across, and we'll give Ruben the same time.
Yep. Good for
Just
him.
a guy you can't shake. Who's... You know what? We don't have time. We don't have time.
Adam Lambert.
No, I was
greatest idol of all time.
Compare it to sports. It's stupid.
Who's the Clay Aiken of sports?
No, I mean there's just always that guy that's just in his way. They just can't get over the hump.
Who's the Ruben Studdard?
Who's
the Ruben Studdard Clay Aiken of sports?
Yeah.
It's
only like American Idol. It's only happened one time, but like in this
fake
scenario where he would beat
Clyde Drexler and Michael Jordan, maybe
beat him for Congress.
Yeah.
That damn Ruben can't get over the hump.
Yeah, it's like if Clyde bought a team and they'd make it to the finals. The Hornets would trounce them.
Yeah.
That'd be about right, probably.
Oh, I did see Clay Aikens run for. Best of luck. Hope you make it. I'm sure you're a nice guy.
Dogs on top, Wes.
Good singer. They are on top. Good for them.
You knew all along.
On this podcast, I said they were going to win.
Called it before the year even started.
Granted, I think I said they were going to beat Oklahoma. But,
Whoops.
Called them the winner. They're the champs till they ain't the champs no more.
Stetson Bennett. What a story. Did you see on GMA this morning? He was hammered drunk.
He was something. He looked like a vampire.
He was not feeling good. Or he was feeling really good. He's like, I was just keep it together as a team. If I hard up a little bit, bet on myself.
Hadn't been to sleep.
I bet on myself. He'd had a few beverages.
Should have bet on that game.
Should have bet on myself.
Had him the whole way.
Had him the whole way.
Yeah. I was on Alabama.
So was I.
With the points, I would do it again. Lost Jameson Williams. That was tough. But, yeah, couldn't score on. Couldn't punch it in. Left a lot of points out there. I think the big turning point of that game was the blocked field goal.
Yeah.
To go up by 6. It was just a huge momentum swing. Then they busted a long run right away. I think that was a huge couple plays in that game.
Yeah, it looked
really
like it was going to be a
everything.
real stinker, and then it kind of it turned into a real fun little game there at the end.
Yeah, a couple big plays in the late third quarter, early fourth quarter. Yeah.
Stetson made a lot of great throws.
Big fourth quarter.
Silenced the haters. First half, he looked as bad as you could look. Second half,
he literally just dropped the ball.
Yeah, he couldn't hold on to the football. It was not a good run there for Stet in the first half. Second half, he pulled it together.
Yeah, I said I had +3 with Alabama. I wanted Georgia to win, though. I wish Georgia would have won by 1 point. But they won with the pick 6 by like 15. I wanted them to win. But I just thought better quarterback, better coach. I'll take the 3 points, but happy for Georgia. Go Dogs.
Nick Saban. I think he's getting to the point where everyone loves Nick Saban, and it's probably justified. He had a moment with Bryce Young and the D lineman.
Mm-hmm.
It's very heartfelt, because I know, and he's historically had this take and taken this stance that Alabama fans, SEC fans in general, are fucking insane, and like by losing this game will send these kids like death threats, and he doesn't put up with that shit, and he's not going to have that, and he understands what's going on.
Imagine being an Alabama fan
and being upset.
Like, being upset.
I saw there's this guy on Twitter who.
Are you kidding?
He thrives on hopping into Alabama football message boards. Like, clock at 0, 5 minutes later, fire everybody, fire all the coaches, fire the strength and conditioning staff, rebuild, blow it up.
You lose like 1 or 2 games a year. You're just as powerhouse comes until Nick Saban retires.
8 national championships? 7?
6. In like the modern, I don't know how many they
under
have.
Saban.
Yeah. I don't know how many total they have.
Yeah. I mean, get the fuck over yourself.
I mean,
you got the greatest dynasty in the history of football.
Shut the fuck up. Imagine complaining about anything ever. Those two are both back next year too. Bryce Young and
they're going to be nasty.
Pretty good.
If I was going to pick a team right now to win the national championship next year, I'd probably pick the Tide.
What a limb.
Probably pick the Tide, folks. The Heisman Trophy winner coming back. I'll take the Tide.
Yeah. C.J. Stroud will be back for Ohio State.
Roll damn Tide.
Yeah, what a limb to pick the Tide. I bet they'll be like minus 2,000 to be in the playoff.
Roll damn Tide.
Get us an 8-team or 12-team playoff, please.
Yeah. The reason the bowl games don't matter is not because the kids change. It's because there's 3 times as many bowl games as there was when Kirk Herbstreit played college football. When he played, there were 18 this year. Even not counting the ones that didn't happen, there were 44 bowl games or something like that.
And there's guaranteed life-changing money in the NFL draft.
Yeah. Even more than that, it's like the bowl games meant something because making it to a bowl game meant something. Now, every team makes it to a bowl game.
Like Illinois, like because of COVID, was thinking they won like 4 or 5 games. Like they're pathetic.
Yeah.
Everyone makes it to a bowl game.
Yeah. It doesn't mean shit. The teams that make it to bowl games are bad teams.
Yeah.
It's just commercials.
I still think
it's just commercials.
Make it an 8 or 12 team playoff. Cincinnati gave a good account of themselves. We said that on one of the previous podcasts. I need more chances for teams like that and teams and just fan bases like that. Yeah. I still think for sure the best college, it has to be the best game I've ever seen, is Oklahoma Boise State in the Fiesta Bowl, and Boise State beat them. Just every trick play in the book, just David versus Goliath. Adrian Peterson ran for 1 trillion yards, and they beat him in overtime. We just need more chances for that to happen. We just give those a chance.
100%
I don't
agree.
care if the semifinals are blow. I don't give a shit if these teams get blown out.
The Final Four, the game's already lopsided. There's always 2 teams that are going to win. This 8-team, 12-team, whatever is probably not going to change that. Those teams are probably still going to win.
Probably, but just give us more players would play in these games if they had a chance in a playoff, and it would all these especially the big bowls like the Rose Bowl. People opting out of the Rose Bowl and the big like New Year's Six bowls. Give those more meaning. I think it'd be better. It's a no-brainer. I don't get it.
No, I don't get it either. I think all parties involved would benefit from that.
Up viewership, make more money. I don't get it.
The only thing is maybe it devalues the regular season a little bit. That's the one argument, and that's the one thing that's great about college football is that every game in the regular season is do or die, means the world. That's one thing that sets it apart from every other sport. So if you're going to play devil's advocate, that would be the stance.
Yes. Alabama would just be auto in to a 12-team playoff, probably even an 8-team playoff.
Like
they're going to lose 1 or 2 games.
Alabama, Ohio State, they don't even have to play the games, basically.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I would say we talked about if it was 12, you could do 4 buys to incentivize finishing in the top 4. I think that would be good to make regular season games matter. I would something like you can't do it with 8, but if you did 12, I can't see 12 coming anytime soon.
No.
Maybe if they go to 8.
No.
It's true. All the SEC championship game doesn't mean they just both get in.
Yeah,
anyways,
for sure.
Yeah, that's a downside for sure. I don't know how it would affect it, like the sliding scale of viewership and money for regular season games versus the bigger games down the road. I don't know, but I want to see playoff games. I want to see these players play. Make it happen. NCAA, make it happen.
Fix it.
Make it happen.
Speaking of football, professional football, things are happening. Things happened.
What a transition.
Things happened.
Seamless. They did.
The 18th week of the season, the maiden voyage of the 18-week season.
Cancel.
Go back to 17. It fucking sucked.
I'm tired of it.
Do 16 games, 18 weeks maybe. Like, these teams are fucking decimated. I don't want to watch it. Give the teams 2 byes.
When they played, it was one of the afternoon games. The Steelers played the Ravens, and you were just like, let these Ravens go home.
Yeah, let them stop playing.
Dead.
God, this is cruel.
They've lost everyone.
They
dead.
almost made it to the playoffs. That is so Ravens.
I told you this.
So Ravens.
I'm heavy on the Ravens next year. I'm not a Lamar fan, but they were almost made it this year, and they were decimated. They're going to get a ton of people back in early on the Ravens.
Okay. Ravens
everyone's
win
going to
total over.
Everyone's going to be hot on the Bengals, rightfully so. But
what if the Steelers get like Aaron Rodgers? Does that change your tune on their win total?
Yes, the best quarterback in the NFL. Yes.
Yeah.
MVP back to back.
Ugh. Don't get me started.
Why?
Here we go. Cooper Kupp should get more talk for MVP than he is.
I guess.
He's having one of the 5 or 10 best receiver seasons in the history of football.
Yeah,
Probably it should be accounted for.
Probably like
Aaron Rodgers is having like not even a top 5 season for him of his career. Basically, like, I don't know. Maybe that's what the MVP is, but it kind of defeats the purpose of having a vote or anything if it's just best quarterback on the best team, and that's pretty much what the award is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much what the You can call it that, I guess, if you want. Is what it is. It's the hardest position to play. It's the most valuable. He's the best at it. They went like 14-3 or whatever. What do you want? Cooper Kupp's a receiver.
Cooper Kupp just isn't going to get his flowers. It's just it's a quarterback award. It shouldn't have to be. I don't know.
Yeah. When was the last on-quarterback? Like Peterson or something?
Probably, yeah, like 2008.
Sean Alexander win one?
Maybe. Adrian Peterson won like 2008, 2009, something like that.
Love Cooper Kupp. Love him. He's great.
If Aaron Rodgers was having some transcendent season, I would agree, but quarterbacking the best team in the NFL and winning those games with, an objectively pretty good team around him, I don't know. It's not like Aaron Rodgers is setting the world on. I mean, he's playing like Aaron Rodgers, but I don't know.
Just the argument is like, what's the replacement level? Like if switch to the receiver, if Devontae Adams was getting that volume and that sort of, if the same looks that Cooper Kupp was getting from Stafford in that offense, I don't know. Would it be similar?
Yeah.
Kind of gets that. And then if you put Stafford on the Packers, are they the number 1 seed and 14-3 and for sure the best team in the NFL?
I don't know. I don't think so.
MVP
in football is hard.
It is better.
MVP football is
it's just
impossible.
A quarterback game. That's why all the good teams have the best quarterbacks. It's just that's what drives a good team.
Yeah.
And that's why they're the most valuable. That's
why they have Offensive Player of the Year.
And he'll get that for sure, right?
I would hope. Him
or Taylor? I mean, it has to be him.
Has to be him. Has to be. It'd be silly not to.
Yeah.
Speaking of wide receivers,
we were
white corners in the NFL. Why are there none?
So towards the end of that game when Kupp scored a touchdown, you said why can't they just have? Oh, I said
why isn't someone like Cooper Kupp just play the other side of the ball?
Yeah,
and I don't understand the intricacies of
like,
playing corner enough. It's bizarre that there's zero. There hasn't been one in the NFL since like 2000.
Sehorn?
Since Jason Sehorn. He retired in like 2003.
Yeah, so no one can cover him.
No.
So in theory, couldn't he cover?
Couldn't he cover himself?
Couldn't he cover other, like, if he was
brought
if he's
up
got that
and
played,
shift
and played corner?
Yeah.
No one can cover him. So, why don't they play corner more? I don't know. Dude, the stigma, I'm tired of it.
Yeah. We need a Rooney Rule for white corners in the NFL.
Yeah,
each team should have one.
Each team must bring at least 2 white corners to training camp.
Here we go. New overtime rule. As soon as overtime starts, all your defensive backs have to be white. That'll get the game over in a hurry.
2 plays?
2 plays, done. Just guy gets absolutely cooked.
No, you gotta,
touchdown.
They don't have to make the team, but they have to have a chance. Just like the coaches, you gotta give an interview.
Well, here's the other thing: is like there's not even white corners in college. Like, there's none to be had. There's like.
That's true. They just don't exist.
If you are on a high school team and it's at least 50-50 black and white, there's probably no white corners on those high school football teams. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's an interesting scientific study that I would love to see someone dive into.
Well,
the history of white corners.
The best athletes in the world play corner. I mean, like, they're corners.
Yeah.
And black people are more athletic than white people.
That's true.
So
don't I know it? Yeah.
Hard-hitting analysis there. You just got to be an all-world athlete to play corner.
There's some all-world white athletes, though.
That's true.
They just don't play corner, I guess. I don't know.
It's true.
Yeah.
I don't know. Come on. Let's revive the white corner.
We need one Jason Sehorn in the NFL. Just one in the whole league. That's all I'm asking for.
Yeah.
Great white hope.
It's not going to happen.
White people just don't have enough in this world.
Yeah.
You know? We don't get a fair shake anymore.
Yeah, we got to take back the corner position.
Yeah, fucking equality.
This is
Fuck
bullshit.
that. Fuck that. Fuck equality.
Oh, dear.
White's on top.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Moving on.
Clip that, take it out of context, ruin my fucking life. How's that sound?
You just got canceled. Congrats. Why does it keep playing? No, I don't want to watch Laquan Treadwell catch a pass.
Week 18 happened.
Yeah,
the playoffs have been settled. The draft order has also been settled.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my question for you.
Okay.
Which NFL franchise would you least like to be a fan of at this current junction? And let's do it in the context of you're not rooting for a team. You don't get the satisfaction that you have won. You're plopping in 2021. You're hopping on the ship.
So I was going to say, especially before they fired him, being a Giants fan right now would be pretty ugly.
Yeah, it's rough. That was my first thought too.
But they just fired their coach and their GM. They have 2 top 10 picks. Their cap is not great, which is shocking. How is it bad when you're so awful?
Mm-hmm.
But they have hope right now. They have a new GM, a new coach, 2 top 10 picks. They have hope.
Yeah.
I kind of like Dan Campbell. They have some picks, too, from the Rams. They've got some young Amon-Ra St. Brown looked good. They've got a couple, like, they're still rebuilding. It's going to be a while. They need a quarterback. Goff's okay. I like Dan Campbell, though. I think they might have a coach.
I think we know the answer
The
to
Texans,
this.
right?
It's got to be Houston. They're in such a bad spot.
If you're Jacksonville, you got Lawrence. You got hopefully a new, maybe Byron Leftwich would make a lot of sense. You got some hope there. It has to be the Texans. Bill O'Brien traded all their shit away.
Mm-hmm.
They've just got this.
You have a franchise quarterback that you basically can't play.
That is under investigation for sexual assault.
You got to trade him, basically.
You got to trade him for like 20 cents on the dollar.
Another game for you.
You did the hardest thing in sports, finding a franchise quarterback, and he won't play for you.
Nope. Yeah, you traded your future for a tackle. Not great.
No, when your team's awful.
Average tackle.
Who's been like fine. It has to be the Texans. They have the coverage as Bears it gets. They don't have a coach that's inspiring. They don't have anything really that is inspiring.
I can't think of one thing if I was a Texans fan that would excite me for the future. I can't think of like a individual player they have.
I think top of the line would be like, oh, maybe Davis Mills could be something.
Yeah, I mean, that's disgusting. Like, Davis Mills, at best, is going to be the 15th best quarterback in the NFL. Like, if everything breaks right.
Yeah. I mean, the Jets have their coach and maybe a quarterback. They'll give that a try and then whatever, move on. But I think the coach is good. Yeah, it has to be. Has to be the Jags or the Texans.
Yeah. They're really the only team down here in the bottom of this list. Carolina has some good guys, but I would question whether Rule is the guy. I would question whoever's pulling the trigger on personnel is the guy. They certainly don't have a quarterback. They don't really have anyone on offense that excites me. I'm very hesitant to believe that Christian McCaffrey is ever going to come back and be anything close to what he once was.
Yeah, I think they have exciting young defensive players would be the biggest draw there, and obviously McCaffrey. And, yeah, it's not great there, but it's far, far from a couple of these teams, though, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, Jacksonville's an absolute joke. Lawrence might be terrible. I think it's a little silly to think he's going to be awful. It's also a little silly to take this Week 18 game and say he's going to be great.
He was very good in the last game,
based on that one game.
Which is nice.
It's good to see. We just don't know.
Yeah. You see that? I mean, all kinds of rookie quarterbacks take lumps. It's nice down the stretch to see, like, you're the old he's already a second-year player pretty much. He's played a whole I mean, he's got some – he looked better.
Yeah.
Leave the light on, obviously, for Trevor Lawrence. It has to be the Texans, without a doubt.
Also, one point that cannot go understated, just putting value in that, like, Dan Campbell's a nice guy does not necessarily mean the Lions are in a situation that I envy in any way. They, similar to the Texans, have close to 0 players on their team that I would say are objectively exciting, good players. DeAndre Swift, running backs don't matter. Penei Sewell, I don't know if he was good this year or not.
I don't either.
I could name one player that plays defense. Their corner that they drafted.
Oruwariye was really good at corner.
Sure. Their other corner they drafted tore his Achilles.
Yeah, for the year.
So the Lions, not a lot to be hopeful about. You get the number 2 pick.
A couple secondary players that are something maybe. Amon-Ra St. Brown looks to be like a find. Goff can be a bridge to a quarterback, hopefully.
Can he?
Hopefully they're off. Well, I mean, he can be,
He can stand back there and throw it to somebody.
He's better than Carson Wentz.
I don't know about that. No, I don't think so. I think they are looking in a mirror at each other. No way. Dude, Carson Wentz was so much better than he was this year. I get he had a running game.
Around.
I get that, but Goff looked truly terrible.
Goff wouldn't have lost that game.
Bullshit.
Goff wouldn't have lost that game.
Get the fuck out of here. To act like Jared Goff is like some great game manager and not.
He is. He
throws so many interceptions.
He took
so many.
He took that Colts roster to a Super Bowl. Look at that Rams roster. Good offensive line. Todd Gurley scoring 25 touchdowns. A good defense. Took it to a Super Bowl. Game manager.
I don't know, Jim. I don't know.
Better than Carson Wentz.
I think you pump the brakes on that one a little bit.
Better than Carson Wentz?
They're both bad. Who cares?
One's slightly more bad.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz is a choke. That dude reeks.
He may be a sleeper agent for the Eagles.
You brought that up. I was like, you might be onto something.
So he was traded from Philadelphia to Indy, and because of Indy losing that game, falling out of the playoffs, their first-round pick now goes to the Eagles.
Yeah, he played in enough games to...
The Colts basically got nothing for that deal. They lost how many picks? They gave up a few, and then they just lost this pick as well.
Yeah, they lost their first-round pick.
So what they end up giving 3-4 picks for Wentz?
I don't know what else there was involved. I know this one was based on like how many snaps he took or how many games he played. And he
tough scene
playing that game. It was
tough scene. I assume this is a no-brainer. You'd rather have Jalen Hurts than Carson Wentz at this point.
Yeah,
not even
Carson
close.
Wentz is a fucking loser.
Yeah, he's not a good quarterback.
He's bad. He's a loser.
We see it. That's it. We're done. No more. Someone's going to give him a job next year. He's going to start for somebody.
Don't.
We know, guys. We saw it. We see it. That's what it is. No mas.
Jared Goff will be in the league longer than that loser.
Maybe. I don't know. No mas. We're going to keep doing this with Darnold, too, probably. Maybe,
I'm out.
Probably not. Guys, it's not going to work.
We know.
Stop trying to force it.
We know
Just
now.
have Tyrod Taylor play quarterback for you or some shit. You're not smarter than us. It's just not good. He turns it over a lot.
Yeah,
It's bad.
Oh, who was it? Oh my God. Oh, it might have been Darnold. Where he's like, yeah, I think it's gonna be great next year. I just got to work on the turnovers. It's like, no shit, Sam. Yeah, again, you're not.
Yeah, I think
Reminds me
I
of a league of
looked
their
at the
own.
tape, and I think if I throw twice as many touchdowns as I did this year and half as many interceptions, I'll probably have a good year.
Reminds me of Tom Hanks in A League of Their Own. You're still missing the cutoff, man.
Yeah.
That's something I'd like you to work on for next season. You're still turning it over.
Hey, at
Sam.
least he's aware, though. At least he knows. You know, I'm glad he's
Step
figured
one
that
is
out.
owning it. Step one's owning it.
Hey, guys, hand up. That's on me, all those interceptions. Yeah, we know, Sam.
You hit him in the chest.
We saw it. It's really bad.
Oh, he's not good.
So that Colts-Jags game is, I mean, that is one of the biggest letdown spots I've ever seen in the history of the sport.
You just got to win. Win and in against the worst team in the league, maybe.
I would say yes. Definitely this season was the worst team in the NFL. Reference that they are the number one pick in the draft. Yes. That usually is a good indicator of who the worst team was.
They went 3-14.
3-14. I don't remember their 3 wins.
They beat the fucking Bills.
Oh, yeah. Jacksonville, tough to play
Beat
in.
the Bills, Colts.
They almost beat the Cardinals,
and they
too.
beat someone in London. They went on a field goal. They beat Miami.
Miami, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
We can transition into coaches, talk about Miami. You can do that? Anything else?
I think this Jags game, this is the best week for Jags fans since they were in the AFC title game.
Blake Bortles.
You knock out a division foe, you play spoiler to some other AFC teams, and you still get the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, and the Lions won.
Won.
Right? Didn't they?
Yeah, they beat the Packers, right?
Yeah. I couldn't remember if they won that game. Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah, because that's why the Lions needed to lose. If the Lions lost, they would have been the number 1 pick.
The Colts have lost in Jacksonville like 7 to last 8 or like 5. It's crazy.
There's some weird voodoo magic going on
only
there.
win of the year last season. The first week of the year they lost to him. They lost like 5 of 6 in Jacksonville. Something to tank for next year.
Mm-hmm.
Not in the old bank.
Here's my fun little hypothetical for you.
Okay.
Indianapolis Colts. How many games do they win this year if Andrew Luck is the quarterback?
So fucking many.
Yeah.
12 or 13.
Yeah. How many teams
Would they win
in the
9
AFC?
or 10?
I think they probably won 10.
I can look.
Probably 9, I guess, if they didn't make it. I don't know.
No,
probably 10 because 10 is now like what 9 used to be.
I was going to look on here, but they lost
They don't have first-round pick, so you can't see. Doesn't matter. 9 or 10 games.
Yeah. Andrew Luck was sick.
Andrew Luck's one of the most talented quarterbacks you'll ever see. He is a guy that literally went from a roster like Jacksonville had. You just plugged him in and basically no one else and took him to the playoffs. He's that kind of dynamic.
As a rookie.
Totally changed the outlook of your entire team sort of guy. Seeing him in that title game last night doing the pregame just made me think, remember how sick Andrew Luck was?
He was so sick.
You remember her?
Poor guy.
It's crazy with how sports narratives move now. How quickly that's like, that's gone. Forget about it. I mean, that's one of the more wild storylines to happen in the NFL in the last 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, he's said fuck it.
Quit in his prime. Not even after the season. Just during the middle of the preseason.
Top 5 quarterback in the league.
Yeah,
probably.
just said nope. I'm hanging it up.
Yeah,
I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, it was weird. I saw someone comment on how he's lost all of his like football weight, a lot of the muscle that he put on. He doesn't have the biggest frame. He was like playing at like 240 or whatever he was playing at. A lot of injuries. Not the biggest frame on that guy. Looked real thin.
Good for him. He's probably just
living his best
jogging,
life. Just reading books and shit.
Not drinking protein shakes with every meal.
Yeah. He's killing it.
Shout out to Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Very big of you to quit in your prime.
All right. What do you want to talk about?
I don't remember. Oh, coaches maybe?
Yeah. So who all's got fired? Zimmer out. Nagy and the GM Ryan Pace out.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Flores
out.
for some reason out.
Vic Fangio,
Denver out.
Joe Judge.
Joe Judge, New York, out. That was a weird one. That he didn't get fired on the normal day you get
on
fired.
Black Monday. Yeah.
What was the deal?
There was a report that came out that was like, oh, no, he's safe. And
Yeah.
then everyone was like, you're fucking joking, right?
Yeah.
And then the next day we're like, we're just joking. He's fired. Like, I didn't understand that at all. But he's gone, which is good. Urban Meyer.
Rule safe.
Rule is
from
safe.
Carolina.
Fangio's gone. They're all. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else got fired. Sort of a light
5 or 6
Black
of them.
Monday. Brian Flores. I saw this tweet a bunch of times. Good joke. For the Dolphins opening, they should really consider Brian Flores. He's probably the best guy for the job.
It's really not a great look when you fire a guy and he's the best candidate available.
Yeah, it's not even close.
For the other teams looking for a coach.
They're all lining up to get him.
I will say, for as good of a job as he's done at times, he also has to get the bad credit. He also has to be dinged for starting 1-8.
Yeah, pretty bad. But my thing
your
is,
season's over.
Then they turned it around, and now you fire. Why didn't you fire him when he was
Right.
1-8? After he's done well and turned it around and has got them rowing in the same direction, and Tua's looking like a competent NFL quarterback, then your decision is he's not our guy?
The thing is, there was a disconnect in the front office and ownership. He doesn't want Tua. I've heard he wants Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, so does everyone else.
The ownership doesn't
well, here's
want
the other thing about this that I saw is that Deshaun Watson wanted to go there because of Brian Flores. And now that he's out, he does not want to go there.
Yeah, and it's like not a package deal, but like maybe we parlay this into a Deshaun Watson trade if we hire Brian Flores. I saw that for the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe these 2 first-round picks, hire Flores.
That seems like a slam dunk.
Deshaun, we just got to figure out with his legal shit. I mean, there's just a huge cloud that, I think that would.
How is there no news on this? How's nothing happening
in
with
like
it?
a year.
What's happening? What's going on? Did he do it? What did he do? Tell us. I need the gory details.
Maybe not all of them.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was doing.
Up to a
there.
point.
I gotta think there's certainly some fire where that smoke is. I don't know.
It's a lot of reports.
It's a lot of smoke.
A lot of reports.
An aggressive amount of smoke.
But anyway, yeah, the Giants, they spent a bunch of money in draft capital and receiver this year.
I told you that tweet I saw. They spent the biggest free agent wide receiver signing, Kenny Galladay, and a first-round pick on Kadarius Toney. 0 touchdowns combined.
Yeah. Daniel Jones is terrible.
Whoops.
The fucking Mike Glennon, worse than that. Jake Fromm, even worse than that.
So I said this last year when we watched that Cowboys game. Ben DiNucci was the worst quarterback in NFL history. Not no more, Ben. It's Jake Fromm. He's the worst quarterback I've ever seen. Literally, and some people say literally just as like a filler word, literally couldn't conduct offense.
No.
Can't throw it.
No. We had to take it to week 18, the funniest play of the entire season. They're on their own 5-yard line, 3rd and 9. They just quarterback sneaked it right up the middle.
Line.
They basically just said, we give up.
Just the most coward shit
I don't
ever.
care.
Jake Fromm's so bad, they ran a quarterback sneak from their own 5-yard line on 3rd and 9.
That's hilarious.
As a 4-win team.
Yeah, that's hilarious. That's funny as shit.
Literally couldn't make
You couldn't throw the ball 10
offense
yards.
happen.
Couldn't throw the ball 10 yards.
Could barely hand it off.
Yeah. It was some wild shit. Man.
It's good that Kirby Smart got this title because to think Justin Fields is worse than couldn't play over Jake Fromm is fireable on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Get out.
Jake Fromm that's the weird thing. Jake Fromm was like good in college.
Yeah, I guess he was.
He played good
fine.
enough to beat that Bama team. They lost on a miracle throw by Tua, basically.
Yeah, he was fine. He could manage the game enough. Yeah, he was.
He looked like that guy could play in the NFL. He's not a guy I'm drafting in the first round, but he could be a backup and go out there and play football look like a human being.
He can't.
Look like he has
Worst quarterback of all
arms
time.
and a brain and muscles and stuff like that.
If you're a coach, what opening do you want?
So what do we have? We have Denver, Chicago, Jacksonville, Miami. Where else?
Giants.
New York. Just those 5?
Vikings.
Minnesota.
Probably there, right?
Probably Minnesota. Well, it depends depends what my thought is, because I do think if you're a coach, they won't admit this, but you are thinking which one of these teams can I get a few years? Can I get like some time? Because if you're Minnesota and you go there,
playoffs.
We're making the playoffs, or that's not good enough.
Yeah.
If you go to Jacksonville, we're not planning on making the playoffs for a while.
Don't be an
we got
absolute
Trevor
laughingstock.
Lawrence.
Don't
move us. If we win 6 games next year, that's a W. That's
don't
great.
kick our players. Don't have extramarital affairs with co-eds at a bar. On the bye week.
The bar could not be any lower for successful head coaching of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah. Don't be a complete asshole. You're great. We love you. We'll build you a fucking statue.
Yeah, take a seat. Yeah, welcome to Jacksonville. Have you ever kicked a player?
Yeah. Or do
You're hired.
Plan on hurting anybody? Are you planning on? Yeah. No. Jacksonville, low bar. I think
Trevor
a lot of people do still like Trevor Lawrence.
Bad roster for the most part. A couple interesting.
You get
offensive
ETN
guys,
back.
A couple interesting offensive guys. A
ETN,
couple receivers.
Robinson. You got the junior wide receiver core.
That's
Chenault, Shark, and Jones.
What a sell.
A lot of juniors. You got the other Josh Allen.
The worst job is
kind of might be New York.
Giants.
Yeah, they have seemingly no direction. Just an absolutely rudderless ship.
Because you basically have a bridge year with Daniel Jones, which that's another. You might get 3 years if you're bad, because you can say, now I got my quarterback. Give me some time, because they're gonna have Jones for 1 more year, and they're not gonna sign him.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna move on. So you can use this year with a couple picks as a bridge year to build the roster and maybe get your quarterback in. So you take that look. You got a couple picks. That's interesting.
Yeah.
The Bears, Justin Fields.
The Bears is interesting. You're in a huge market. You're in a team. The thing about their roster is, are they ready to win, or are they somehow going over the hill while simultaneously having Justin Fields? Like that defense,
they're on their way out.
That defense is moving the wrong direction from their prime. They're moving away from their prime.
Got Roquan Smith.
Khalil Mack basically didn't play this year a lot. Getting him back, I don't really know if he's even a thing anymore, really.
But you got
Roquan
Fields.
Smith's good. Eddie Jackson, is he still good? I don't know.
People seem to really be out on him.
Yeah, I don't.
He's been bad in coverage.
Yeah, so that defense,
but it's
on paper you have a lot of names, but in practice probably not that great.
It's Fields though.
Yeah, Fields is the quarterback I'd be the most excited about of anyone in this draft class, I think.
Denver is in a weird transition. It feels like they want to win, but do they have the personnel to win? They don't have the quarterback to win.
Love the skill position guys in Denver. Love the running backs. Like the receivers a lot.
They're like a Russ away from being maybe pretty competitive.
You got Chubb. You got some other guys on defense that I think are pretty solid.
Patrick Surtain.
Surtain is a solid corner, obviously.
I would say...
So if I was going to rank these for most appealing, or I'll go bottom to top. It's 5 jobs, right? 5th would be New York. Because on top of that, you have the added just media breathing down your neck. Like every decision is end all be all. Every decision is you're punching my granddaughter in the face with every mistake you make.
Yeah.
4th... Probably Jacksonville. 3 would probably be Miami.
Ooh, I forgot about Miami. Yeah.
2 would be Minnesota, and then Chicago, I guess.
There's 6. There's Denver.
Oh yeah. Did I say Denver?
We didn't mention Miami when we were talking about it.
Oh.
That's kind of a fucked up one because you got some nice defensive pieces. You got some. kind of some decent offensive pieces. The offensive line is okay.
Seeing how they did Flores, I don't think I want to be a part of that, though.
It's like you got to fall in line or you're out.
Yeah, that's not – I'd probably move Miami down. I'd rather –
And they're also, like, married to Tua, right? It seems like they really want to try to ride that out, which is – I don't know the ceiling on that.
I think Chicago, Minnesota, Denver are the 3 best jobs in some order. If you're a young coach getting your first shot, probably Chicago, I guess. I don't know. You probably want to go to Jacksonville, honestly. Byron Leftwich in Jacksonville. If that doesn't happen, we've made a huge mistake somewhere along the line.
I'm like already have it in my mind that's happened.
Brian Flores for the Bears seems like a good fit.
I like it a lot. Get maybe like a young offensive guy that can work with Fields. Yeah, I like that a lot.
I don't know who. Yeah, I don't know who's out for maybe Brian Daboll for the Bears. That would be a good get too. Do the little Josh Allen whispering, sprinkle some of that Josh Allen fairy dust onto Justin Fields.
Yeah,
get right.
Too. I like that too. I think I would go. It really feels like Denver's going to get a quarterback this offseason, like one of the free agents.
That's the other thing about this is, like, if Deshaun Watson, Aaron Rodgers, whatever, ends up on one of these teams, this list is blown to pieces and completely changes.
I think it's tough because if you're in Denver, you have to contend with Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, and a playoff team in the Raiders. So it's a very, very good division, which is tough.
NFC North, if Rodgers is out, that division stinks.
Yeah.
The Vikings also don't have a coach. So the Vikings and the Bears, that division is – it doesn't suck, but he's not inspiring by any means.
Yeah, I just don't like him.
Yeah, I don't like him either, but he's just an incredibly competent quarterback that's
he's fine.
Super okay. Does a good job out there. I don't know.
Yeah, does a fine job.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I think if I was a young coach, especially one of these young like Leftwich or Bieniemy or Daboll or one of these guys, I think Chicago would be my move.
Mm-hmm.
I think Fields and a few of these defensive pieces. You got Darnell Mooney's, maybe something.
Allen Robinson.
Nah,
We're going to resurrect him?
He's gone.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be.
Yeah.
He was on the franchise tag. They're not signing him.
No. Dave Montgomery's good.
Very injured season. Yeah.
Cole Kmet, maybe he's
I'll go with the Bears. And then I really like Denver. I think, especially with a quarterback, they're really primed.
I think
the division's tough.
Chicago, I would worry similar to Miami, that the people calling the shots towards the top end and make it a nearly impossible job at times and get in your way severely from doing the right thing. We'll see
on this. They got a new GM too coming in, so
it seems like the McCaskey ownership group seems to be the worst enemy of the Chicago Bears.
Seem to be dumb as hell.
Yeah, they seem to admittedly tell the media they know nothing about football and that they're going to be the ones that make all the decisions.
I'm just a fan.
Football.
I'm a fan.
Then stop making any decisions.
Shut up.
Do you hear what you're saying?
Listen to yourself.
Do you hear what you're saying?
You really
at least act like Jerry Jones and act like you know what you're talking about. At least,
Yeah. All right. What else you got?
Let's quickly, before we get to the playoffs, we'll finish with that. If you're going to redraft these rookie quarterbacks, what would the order be? So the quarterbacks in question: Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Mac Jones, Davis Mills would be the starting quarterbacks that were drafted this year.
I've been in this camp since the start. Number 1, Trey Lance. I've seen enough.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not looked super like he knew what was going on.
I've seen enough.
He's looked
great
runner.
Great runner. Cannon arm. I think I've seen enough.
Man, he looked shaky with his decision making. That would be putting it nicely, I think.
That's okay.
I'd go Fields 1 probably.
Fields is 2.
I would probably
Lawrence is 3.
I'd probably go Lawrence 2. Lance would still be 3 for me.
Love Trey Lance.
Yeah, I think the talent's certainly there, but I think we've seen time and time again, there's guys that run fast with rocket arms that just can't play fucking quarterback. And I don't know that maybe he is that guy, and he very well could be, but I haven't seen enough or really anything that shows me that he is able to do that. So,
yeah,
I get it.
I haven't seen that from anyone else either, though.
I get the allure. I mean, I think Fields has shown a lot more competency than. I mean, Lance looked.
You've just seen more of him.
I mean, that's true, but Lance in his limited time has looked bad. He's made a couple throws that look good. I don't know. He
threw a couple touchdowns in that game he started a few weeks ago.
He didn't look great from what I saw. He looked a little shaky, a little indecisive, but I get it. The talent jumps off the fucking charts. I get it.
First ever start after playing for an FCS team.
I get it.
I like it. Trevor Lawrence, and then I guess Mac Jones. I don't know.
Zach Wilson, you're out. Don't have any interest. Man, maybe Mac Jones should be higher. I mean, Mac Jones is quarterback to playoff team.
Let's relax with Mac
Quarterback
Jones.
to playoff team with no receivers. That counts for something.
Bill Belichick. It's the Patriots. Come on.
But, I mean, still. I mean, Cam Newton didn't do that. Fucking Brian Hoyer, whoever else played last year didn't do that.
Definitely better than those guys. Yeah, it's Mac Jones, and then I think he's just a very solid Kirk Cousins, like pretty good. Get you to the playoffs. They're going to probably lose in the first round. I just think he's like pretty good. I'll take my chance on the upside of these other three guys. And then I'll go Zach Wilson.
No love for Davis?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, he was fine.
Yeah.
Pretty fine.
Yeah, so I'd go Fields, Lawrence, Lance, Jones, Wilson, Mills. You went Lance, Fields, Lawrence, Jones, Wilson, Mills. Sure, yeah. Be interested to see how those guys' career pan out. I think I'd rather have almost all these guys over a lot of these quarterbacks coming in this year. None of them.
Yeah, Zach Wilson might be a slam dunk number one pick.
Yeah,
first quarterback in this draft.
Yeah, I think. He was number 2 over these guys last year. So if you put him in the context of him in college, he's absolutely be the number 1 pick this year. I think.
Yeah,
I don't think it would be anywhere close.
Yeah, I think he'd be the number 1 quarterback.
I mean, there were people that were legitimately saying he should have gone over Trevor Lawrence last year. That was a conversation that was had.
Yeah. Go Trey Lance.
I hope he's great. He'll be one of the most fun players to watch in the entire league if he's great. Quickly, this Chargers-Raiders game. What the fuck was that?
Do you think that timeout did anything?
No, not really.
People were freaking out about it.
No, I think the Raiders were just trying to score the whole time. The Raiders were trying to score, and the Chargers... They wanted to get the right personnel in the field.
Yeah, they wanted to stop them from getting in field goal range. Didn't work.
Yeah.
They got like 10 yards and then kicked a field goal.
Yeah, they weren't calling timeouts earlier because they, too, wanted it to go to...
Yes.
They wanted to tie, yeah. They didn't want to give them more time to kick a field goal. They would rather tie than lose, obviously. Yeah. I think that was a little blown out of proportion, but that was one of the most batshit crazy football games I've ever watched.
Wild. For a while, it was just like, this is going to do nothing but tie. Like, everyone wanted them to just knee it out from the beginning and have that moment where we have a tie to get them both in. And
the universe wanted that game to be a tie so goddamn bad.
Yeah. Yeah, the Chargers converted like 5 4th and longs.
Oh, that drive. People that had the fucking
overtime.
Under. Oh, my God. Myself included. Oh,
not great, Bob.
Disgusting.
I thought, so it's easy for, no shit. Of course the Chargers wanted to tie. They didn't have the ball.
Yeah.
Like, no fucking shit. Like, hey, why don't we tie? Because they can't win.
Absolutely.
Like, they were trying not to lose. I think that he let it go under 40 seconds. So it was like still like, hey, it was still down for a knee if you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But they were trying to stop the run.
Couldn't do it. Haven't been able to do it all year.
If you watch before he calls the timeout, they're not going to knee it out.
No.
They're running a play.
Yeah.
So it changed nothing.
No, I totally agree.
They just didn't execute them by tackling.
Yeah.
The defense.
They were running the ball. If they wanted to tie, they would have just been kneeing the ball. They would not have been running plays.
They were never trying to tie.
Like, they were going for the win. Carr said after the game, going into the game, we're trying to win the game.
And that was obvious.
And, like, if they had been a tie, they'd have been cool with it. It's not like they were throwing the ball. It's not like they were a ton of urgency. They were still running the ball with a minute left and basically no timeouts. But, you know.
Yeah. I thought people being critical of Staley for that was blown way out of proportion. However, I can't get on board with going for it on 4th and 2, whatever it was, from your own 18-yard line.
No. Nets you nothing if you get that. It nets you a minuscule amount of momentum, and as a result, you did not get it, so the other team easily scored and basically got brought back to life. And that's the reason why you lost, pretty much.
You were up at the time.
Boil it down to that decision.
It was
for the
14-10, right?
Yes.
14-10, you have the ball. You go for it, and you don't get it. They get it and score before half, and you're down by 3. You go for it and you get it, you're still on the fucking 22.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like – that's why across the 50, you're at like the 40, and you go for it. You punt, you gain 20 yards, 30 yards. You go for it, you're in scoring range.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a payoff.
Correct. There's no reason. I mean,
why the fuck are we going for it?
Like, boils down to this whole game of them not just tying on purpose. It just comes down to macho bullshit. It's so stupid. For all the love that Staley gets for being this genius.
I like
genius guy.
I like in the right spots, going for it, going for 2, trying to win, taking it into your own hands, trusting your offense. Another thing, they just handed. I mean, Eckler is their best player outside of Herbert. But just like jamming it into the guard's ass.
If you got some crazy, even if you do have some crazy play, save it for a time when it matters. That play didn't matter. That play got you nothing. Your defense was playing great up to that point.
Yeah. Bad call. Bad call?
I don't get it. I think if you told me, hey, Brandon Staley's going to make a bad decision on a 4th down, and that's going to be the reason the Chargers season ends week 3, I'd have been like, yeah, that probably
checks.
about right.
That tracks.
I'll bet that ticket.
That tracks.
Sounds about right. So maybe he'll learn from this. I assume he will. He seems like a really sharp guy.
Seems smart. I think he's.
Chargers fans love him.
I love being aggressive. I said this to you after this game. They seem to like blindly, just like he's done absolutely nothing in the league. He was a defensive coordinator for the Rams. They seem to just like blindly go into battle for this guy, even on really questionable shit. He's the backing that he has in year 2 year 2 of just like all these wild aggressive. I don't know. It seems odd.
I think all the football nerd people really love him. I don't know enough about scheme or anything like that to understand.
Incredibly smart, incredibly well spoken.
Apparently, basically what he did with the Rams completely revolutionized how everyone else plays defense now, all the way he calls defenses. I watched a video on it. Obviously, I retained none of it. I don't remember what they did, but he did something that is good, and other people try to copy now. So,
yeah,
pretty cool.
Yeah. Seems like an incredibly smart guy. I love that he's aggressive. Just, pick your spots. I just didn't love it. Didn't love it. Let you guys play.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get it.
Don't bail out. Don't bail them out. Also, before we move on from this game, we got to do something about these fucking pass interference calls.
Mm-hmm.
You can't give them 50 yards on pass interference.
No.
Give them, I don't know, 15 for like the college. Then you run into the problem where you just hack a guy down, and like they did last night, which was smart.
I'm also kind of fine with that. I don't know.
No, that was fine. What do you mean? That's fine.
I'm saying if that was the rule in the NFL, like,
it was just 15 yards. Yeah,
kind of fine with that.
That'd be fine.
I mean, like, what's the worst that can happen? You do that every single time, and we run the ball in for a touchdown. Like, I don't.
I get you want to like make it a severe, like, and punish to like make it so
like in college. How often do you see that? Like, almost never, where a guy just tackles a guy after he gets beat. You do not see it that often.
No, that was the first time I've seen it in a very, very long time.
That's like some shit you do in high school, like whenever you are just getting regularly beat over the top. But
yeah, because if they're beat that bad, they're just gone. They're just clean, just gone. You just don't have the You just can't tackle.
Yeah,
them.
just make it 15 yards. I don't understand it. It
You can't get
completely sways the game on a call that is super subjective a lot of times.
the shit where
and not very cut and dry.
and that it was in the end zone too. It was on the 1. It's just you can't. It's too much. It's too much.
The offense, the crime does not equal the punishment a lot of times.
I know.
With that.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, change the rule. Fix your game. Anything else?
NFL fucking sucks. So with that being said,
Let's talk about
playoffs.
Playoffs. Let's guess the lines. I don't know the lines.
Ooh,
I
do you want to
haven't
do that, or do you want to see what we picked before the season
We
started?
can do that.
Do that first?
Yeah.
Wes, your AFC playoff picture. Can you pull up the actual bracket real quick so we can compare?
Sure.
Doody doody doo.
Go ahead.
Doody doody doo. Doody doody doo. Doody doody doo. Your number 1 overall seed in the AFC was the Tennessee Titans. Or no, it wasn't. That's who the actual number 1 seed is. Your number 1 seed was the Buffalo Bills.
Okay, they were the 3. Fair enough.
Your number 2, it looks like, was the Kansas City Chiefs.
Nailed it.
Your number 3, would have been the Cleveland Browns.
How'd they do?
They didn't make the playoffs. They had a very bad season. Speaking of teams that had bad seasons, your 6th seed, I guess that would be, was the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah,
They got pretty close.
A lot of injuries. A lot in common between those two teams that didn't make the playoffs. A lot
Yeah.
of injuries.
And then your other 2 teams were the Titans and the Chargers as the 4 and the 5.
Didn't win the play-in.
No. So who'd you
Raiders.
miss there? You missed the Steelers.
Steelers got
and
in.
The Bengals and the Pats.
So I had the other 2 teams from the North got in.
Yeah. Who could have thought?
And then the play-in game, I love the Raiders and the Chargers that lost.
So you missed what?
3.
4, yeah. Steelers, Pats, Bengals, Raiders you did not have in. Correct? Yeah, because you had the
Patriots
Ravens, you had the Ravens and the Browns who didn't get in. You had the Chargers and did we do this right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we did it right. Oh, you had the Dolphins. Sorry, I couldn't see it down there.
Not great, Bob.
You also had the Dolphins in there. For me,
yeah, I'll say injuries for Browns and Ravens, and then Dolphins was just bad.
yeah, Dolphins just kind of shit the bed. Chargers got pretty close.
Yeah, playing game didn't win.
For me, I had the Chiefs as the number 1 seed. Really went out on a limb there.
Yeah.
I almost had it. The number 2, I had the Cleveland Browns. I thought even higher of the Browns than you did.
How'd they do?
They didn't make the playoffs.
Whoops.
They got real hurt.
Yep.
Number 3, I had the Bills. Were they actually the 3?
Yep.
Nice.
I got the Chiefs exactly right. You got the Bills exactly
The
right.
4, I
Fair
had
enough.
Tennessee, who, I
1 seed, pretty good.
underestimated them a little bit.
Pretty
the
good.
5, I guess, would have been the Ravens. That's a whoopsie.
Yeah, we both had those 2 teams mixed up.
You
You did have the Patriots in, right?
Yep. The 6, I had the Chargers. Whoopsie. And the 7, I had the Pats.
She had 3 missed.
Yep.
Two.
I missed the Chargers, the Ravens, and the
same
Browns.
3, and then you had the Patriots, and I didn't. Okay.
You had you have the Bills beating the Browns in the AFC title game. I had the Chiefs beating the Browns in the AFC title game.
Man, we were in on the Browns.
We were in on the Browns. I mean,
They got hurt.
We thought Baker didn't suck.
Yeah, it turns out he sucks.
Look at the roster. They got so many guys. The roster, Wes.
Yeah, the roster, it's deep. They got
Okay.
defensive players.
NFC real fast.
Yeah.
Let's see how we did. Your number 1 seed in the NFC was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Good job.
Okay, well, they got second.
Oh. Your number 2 seed was the Los Angeles Rams.
They got the 4 seed.
Your number 3 seed was the Green Bay Packers.
They got the 1 seed.
Your number 4 seed was the Washington Football Team.
Don't remember how they did.
Didn't make the playoffs. Your number 5 seed was the San Francisco 49ers.
Made the playoffs.
Your 6 was the Chicago Bears. How'd they do this year? Not great.
Looking for a coach.
Your 7, Carolina Panthers.
Meow.
So you missed the Cardinals and the Cowboys and the Eagles, right?
Yep. We were both very down on the Eagles. I was very much out on Mike McCarthy as a coach for the Cowboys, and
But
they
the
just have a
roster,
really-
Wes.
they just have a really good team.
The roster.
And then the Cardinals, fuck the Cardinals.
Yeah, sure. It was a tough division. We thought Seattle wasn't going to suck.
Turns out they
LA got a little banged up. I had the Rams as the 1 seed. I had Tampa Bay as the 2 seed. I had Green Bay as the 3 seed. I also had Washington as the 4 seed. I also had San Fran as the 5. I had Dallas as the 6, and I had the Bears as the 7.
So let's do an exercise here.
Why did we both think the Bears were going to be good?
Here, let's do an exercise here. We thought that Fields would play and play well. Our 2 biggest misses are the Browns on one side and Washington on the other.
Uh-huh.
What do they have in common?
They don't have a quarterback.
Poor quarterback play, and
Overhyped defense.
we think their defense is good.
Uh-huh.
Defense,
Really good running backs.
really good running backs, good defenses, allegedly. You see this a lot in fantasy football. Defense year to year is so hard to translate.
Mm-hmm.
Almost every year it's a new defense, like number 1 in fantasy football. And Washington's defense just sucked.
Yeah.
We just thought it was totally stacked, and it just sucked.
Yep.
Browns got really hurt. Mediocre quarterbacks. Don't trust mediocre quarterbacks in defense
No.
because they might be bad.
Well,
other huge misses?
You trusted San Fran's mediocre quarterback to go to the NFC title game. We'll see how that goes. You had them losing to the Rams in the NFC Championship. Still on the table.
I think the Niners could beat the Cowboys. We'll get to these games here in a second.
Probably. And then I went chalk by my predictions. I went Rams beating the Bucks in the NFC title game.
All right. What do you want to do? I do want to guess the lines. We're kind of deep into this podcast. We can go.
Guess the lines. Fuck it.
We can go an hour and a half. Fuck them.
We haven't been back. The people are dying for it.
Yeah, they're thirsty
for more takes.
Raiders Bengals. Guess the line. Raiders at Bengals Saturday.
Bengals at home.
3:30.
I'm gonna go Bengals by 3.5 points.
I will go. How do you want to do this? You want to just? I actually don't need to keep track or keep score or anything.
No,
I'll go a little bit more. I'll go 4.5. 4. A lot of hype. I'll go 4.5. What'd you go with?
3.5.
How are we gonna do this? I'll just cover them up. I just know it's. The line is currently 5.5. The line opened 6.5. It is now Bengals minus 5.5. Next game. What are we doing here? Patriots Bills. The third game.
Oh, I don't know if you'll be able to hear that. I ripped a giant fart. It was comically, it sounded like it was from a movie. That was a good fart. Okay, Pats at the Bills, the rematch.
Patriots Bills.
I'll go Bills.
I think
that was 5.5, right? Last game was.
I think it's gonna be bigger than you. I think it could be
I like the Raiders in that
touchdown.
game. Just to say.
Oh yeah.
I think that's too many points.
Probably.
The Raiders getting disrespected. I'll take the Bills minus. Pats are not looking good at the right time.
It might be kind of big.
Yeah, I'll go 5.5.
I was gonna say 6.
Yeah, I'll go
6.5.
6.5.
I'll go 6. Hopefully I can do this. I don't know how to cover. Okay. Ooh, okay. It opened 4.5. It opened 4.5, and now it's at 4. So, Bills minus 4. All right, Sunday noon. Eagles Buccaneers.
Buccaneers minus.
I'll go first on this one. 6.5.
I was gonna say 7. I don't know if they'll get over that line. I'll say 7.
I don't know if any. Oh shit! It opened 9.5, and it's down to 8.5. Damn.
Oh, I kind of like the Eagles there. I hate
Me
to say
too.
that, but I do.
Me too. Sunday afternoon, 49ers at Cowboys.
Cowboys.
I think this could be lower than you think. Although
minus
Cowboys are public.
4. My Cowboys minus 4.5.
I'm gonna say I think it's closer than you think. I'm gonna go with 3.5. I don't know what it is. I kind of like 49ers in that game. I'm not sure why. Let's see where am I at. Get the game right. Yeah. Ooh, Dallas minus 3. It was lower than we thought. All right. Fair enough. Stop doing that. Stop it.
You're looking for Laquan Treadwell.
Steelers Chiefs Sunday night. Steelers Chiefs.
Steelers or
Chiefs minus 10.
Yeah, that's what my thought was.
My first thought was I'll go 9.5 was my first thought.
I'll say 10.
Jesus. 12.5.
Whoa.
Gross.
Wow. That's crazy. Hey, guys. Steelers shouldn't have made the playoffs. They fucking suck.
Wow.
A playoff game being almost a 2-touchdown spread is something has gone wrong.
That's so high. I want to bet the Chiefs. Like, it's so high. It's like begging you to take the Steelers. Like, oh, it's
Big Ben's going to go out on his face.
yeah.
He's going to go out with his pants around his ankles, getting fucking clowned on national TV by Patrick Mahomes.
They should have tied and just ended his career.
Yeah.
Cardinals Rams.
I bet it's tight. Rams minus 2.5.
That's what I was going to say. 2.5. I agree.
Cardinals been kind of shit though lately.
They have. I'll say 3. I bet they give. That was a bad loss though. I think Sean McVay has been winning, or he was like fucking like 50-0 or not that much. He was like 30-0 or some shit with a lead at halftime or something, and they lost that game week 18 to the
San Fran.
That was not a great loss. I'll go a full 3. I'll go a full 3 though. Ooh, it's 4.
Cardinals been bad. I think
they have been bad.
I think
You're
I'll
right.
bet the Rams there. Cardinals seem like they're out of gas.
In the 2 games this season, the road team won.
So only
outright.
one of these games is a field goal or lower.
Yep, 1 game, 3.
The Cowboys game, is that the only one?
49ers Cowboys 3.
I mean, that's crazy.
The 3, 4, 5.5.
I think Vegas,
4.
Cincy will be close. I think it's very possible Buffalo kills New England. Obviously, very possible Tampa blows out Philly. Kansas City, I think, absolutely will blow out Pittsburgh.
Murder him.
And then, they think Dallas, San Fran will be close. I think that's probably correct.
Why do I like Philly so much? I feel like Tampa's so banged up.
They are.
I don't know if they can. They'll be at home, though. Could be tough to move it.
Who's the Nick Foles quarterback in this group that could kill Tom Brady this year? Jimmy G? Oh, that'd be spicy if Jimmy G beat.
Would be spicy.
What's the bracket situation there?
Stop doing that.
Just close that tab out.
But I want the NFL draft. This bracket's kind of fucked.
Oh, well, it all reseeds, so it kind of
it
gets
does.
fucked up.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
That
could happen.
Could play next round, right?
So
if they win,
no, the Packers, the lowest seed will go play the Packers. So
who's the lowest seed?
Well, they play the Eagles, the Bucks.
So if San Fran wins, they'll be the lowest seed. And
so they would play the
Tampa
Packers.
So it would have to be the NFC Championship game. Oh, that'd be spicy.
That would be so spicy.
Oh, can San Fran beat the Packers? Probably.
Go to Green Bay and beat the Packers.
That's a tall order.
Green Bay went out there and got their ass beat 2 years ago. 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Like beat.
Yeah,
like 40
wasn't close.
40 to 10.
Wasn't close at all.
Yeah.
That was Raheem. Remember Raheem Mostert? What happened to that guy? He's just
blew
dead.
his knee. Microfracture in his knee in week 1.
Yeah, cool.
Whoops. Yeah. What do you think? Talk me through it. What do you think?
So,
I think the Packers are the best team. I know they're the 1 seed. They got. I don't think anyone in that side can beat them.
I think
a healthy Tampa could beat them.
Yeah.
But on the road in Lambeau with the group they have right now, I don't think they can beat them. The Rams can't do it. I don't think anyone. I think they're going to the Super Bowl.
How many times have I said this about the Packers? They never do. They're going to lose in the NFC title game. I don't know to who, but that's what's going to happen.
Nope.
They're going to lose in the NFC Championship game to insert whoever they play
best
in the NFC
quarterback,
Championship
best team.
game.
They're good. They're winning.
Oh, how often is that the case to the team that wins in the NFL?
They're winning.
Yeah, they're going to play San Francisco. They'll beat them, and then Tampa
or the Rams
or no,
or
the
Cardinals.
Cowboys. Will the Cowboys beat San Francisco? No, the Cowboys will fucking choke. San Francisco will win, and Tampa Bay will play L.A. I'll say Tampa Bay wins that. Yeah, Tom Brady back in the Super Bowl probably. Against all odds, no one thinks it's going to happen. I'm going to pick Tampa Bay.
Nope.
Kansas City's going to win. The Bills are going to win. And I'll say the Raiders win. The Raiders will play the Titans. And the Chiefs will play the Bills. That'll be fun as hell.
Titans, Bills.
Man, Titans might get fucking upset. It's unbelievable they won enough games to be the 1 seed. They're the highest variance good team I've ever seen.
Big buy for them.
Yeah.
Get Derrick Henry back, get some guys healthy.
There
was for a while where like this is a top 5 team right now.
And then it was like this team's not a playoff team, and then they're good, and then they're bad, and then they're good, and they're bad. They're Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. I'll go Titans, Chiefs. Chiefs are going to rip their hearts out again. Chiefs, Buccaneers, rematch. Chiefs get their revenge. Pat Mahomes hoisting it.
Packers are winning it.
Against who?
Packers are winning it against the Bills.
Bills are going to beat the Chiefs?
Yep.
And then the Bills are going to beat the Titans?
Arrowhead?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, Jim.
Oh, it's going to be cold. It's going to be windy. It's going to be loud.
Yeah.
They're just not built to win playoff games.
Chiefs, Packers. Well, yeah. Chiefs, Packers. You're right. Although the Chiefs aren't either. I'm on the opposite end. I think the Titans could make a run. They just
Ryan Tannehill?
I was like, Tannehill can't beat anybody.
Ryan Tannehill?
No.
Do they have the 85 Bears defense? No, they do not.
No.
Derrick Henry, is he going to be 100%? No, he's not.
No, he's not. The 2 and the 1. So it's going to be. I think the Titans can beat the Bills though, because the Titans are going to play the Bengals or the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
I think they beat both of those teams.
Yeah, probably.
Especially at home, especially off a bye. So then you got Chiefs, Bills in the semi.
Bengals could beat the Titans, I think.
They could.
The Bengals have...
Chiefs, Bills in Arrowhead.
Bills aren't winning that fucking game. I would give the Bills almost no chance to win that game.
Yeah, maybe.
No chance is hyperbolic in any NFL game, obviously, but I would be shocked if the Bills beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead, I think.
Yeah, I guess it's just going to be boring, and the best teams are going to be in the Super Bowl.
It's what pro sports are all about, baby. You don't need any of this fucking Cinderella bullshit. Who's the best team? Let's actually figure it out.
Feed me Mahomes. Feed me Aaron Rodgers in the Super Bowl. I need it.
That'd be cute.
That'd be hot.
That'd be cute.
Anything else? I know you want to talk about something else. I don't know.
I don't think.
Something about the draft. Maybe not.
No, not really. Yeah, pretty much just the situations of the teams. Yeah, I was gonna do like best spots for these rookie quarterbacks. We can do that another time. We've gone long enough, I think. Is there anything else? Anything else?
Anything else? I don't think so. We're gonna start talking NBA. I'm glad we really didn't talk much NBA for the past month because there's been so much COVID shit.
Yeah, I mean it's
just been it's hard
to talk about. It's hard for anyone to be that interested unless you're super deep into it. You got to be a real big sicko DGen fan to be super locked into what's going on right now. But
yeah, we'll get it cranked up. We'll start talking some trades. Start talking
it's about
shit like that. Ooh, let's do some all-star talk maybe. Do some trade machine stuff for the NBA. Any other content?
I don't think so.
In the near future, any content?
Nothing confirmed yet. Don't want to,
A lot of stuff in the pipe,
A lot of stuff in the pipe. A lot of stuff in the hopper.
All right. Is that going to do it?
That's going to do it for this episode.
All right. Stay tuned for the next time an episode comes out.
Yeah.
We're going to keep you on your toes.
Yeah. Fuck a release schedule.
Yeah. Check those feeds. When is this coming out? Wednesday
tomorrow.
Morning?
Yeah, tomorrow, I guess.
What day is today?
Today's
Tuesday. This will come out Wednesday morning. And then we'll drop something maybe like Friday or maybe Monday, Stay on your toes.
Go fuck yourself.
Stay frosty. Thanks for listening to this one. Make sure to rate it 5 stars on the audio platforms. Is this going to be on YouTube? Are we back?
Yeah, I think we're going to be back.
We're back. So go over to YouTube and subscribe. Don't go over there and just watch it and not subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. It really mean a lot. Thoughts and Friends on YouTube.
Make an account if you don't have an account. Don't be
You have a Google account. What are we doing here?
And if you don't have a Google account, grow the hell up.
Yeah, what are you, my mom and my father? I had to make one for them.
If you're under the age of 60 and you don't have a Google account, grow the hell up.
Yeah, grow up. Like the podcast, subscribe, tell your friends to do the same. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for listening.